Hey folks, how you all doing? I am Con Ulrich,
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
and we are back. It's Thursday. It's time for the European Veteran Division of the Skill Division Season 2 League. And on, was it Colville, I want to say today, Rang, right?
Yes, this is Coville.
Alright, so who do we have duking it out?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have ourselves Robert as the Polish Armoured Division. And on the right-hand side, we have ourselves Cadi as the third Feldjäger Division.
Now, one thing I'm disappointed at already is we're not seeing an L6 all in on one of these roads.
Yeah, he has two L6s, so that's like, it's still a pretty ballsy move, but I would love to see the Corbo trademark, just 5 L6s, one flank, double or nothing.
Exactly. I mean, that's the meme machine. That's the dream.
That's a meme dream machine. I want to know if the match can be run in either 30 seconds or, you know, none.
30 minutes. It's
30 minutes. I either win now or I lose. That's the plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You come back with your tank or on it, or something like that, I guess. And very, very early Oster coming on in. So, I won't say it's a standard thing these days, but I kind of feel like a lot of polls, that's the early standard for polls. You bring out a very, mixed bag, and then you bring in that recon plane.
Yeah, I really like seeing that recon playing a lot, because it can do a lot of work, especially against third Feldjäger. I mean, because I don't really have much in terms of AA early on, so you can just easily fly around and, hey, look chaps, there's guys over there, you should shoot them, says your
Now, the one thing I don't like about this early bringing is that there's a 2-inch mortar. And I think we've talked about the whole idea that really... There's a lot of mobility, and I realize it's not much in terms of RDO and the early game for the polls, but just I think the points would be better spent.
Yeah, it's only really, I'd say the 2-inch mortar is only really good in town fights, because it can just stun up everything really quickly. It's really good at that, but in this more open area, like Ray's deploying it, I mean, you can kind of shoot up north, which is actually pretty good, considering how clustered Cadillacals are as Feldjägers.
Truffschützen. That's actually really surprising. We almost never see these guys, but that's brilliant. And yep, there comes that mortar. So they need to move right now, otherwise they're going to be dead.
Yeah. It's also really weird bringing out the mortar for Polis. You can have Sextons in A phase as Polis. You just use Sextons instead. I mean, they're more expensive, of course, but it's a bloody Sexton. You can't go wrong with that.
And first reinforcement tick, he buys a Hurricane.
Yep.
And the first reinforcement tick he buys anti-air.
Yep. I can understand the Polish Hurricane play is it's on point. It's also on point is down south. The Panzer 6 is pushing through, and there's it's the command infantry of the PS, but that's really it. And the Hurricanes could actually do a pretty good job stopping his forcer, I'd say.
That is very true. Where's that Kubel going? Okay, so anti-air is going back to the center, and the mortar is now shelling down to the south. Maybe he's sacking the Sexton early, so that maybe he's bringing the mortar in because he had to sack the Sexton to bring in the.
Yeah, like it's definitely a point. It's definitely a point move.
And geez, it's just constant airplanes.
Yeah, Hurricanes are like they're so bloody good for pose. They're almost like an airborne division, just how good those Hurricanes can be. And it's definitely going to be in Cadillac's best interest, preferably as soon as possible, to get some anti-air out. He's getting a single Trini mill up north, I believe. I think that's really just to scare away the recon plane. But also fighters.
That could be enough. Oh, and the mortar hatchback's going to go down here.
We have
the L6s. They're flanking like crazy.
Yeah, jeez. That's really good. That's a really good flank. And the lovely thing about the Panzer 06 is it can fire its main gun while on the move. So
yes, well, it's an autocannon, isn't it?
It's an autocannon, yeah. It's an Italian autocannon, so it's really good. And that's not a joke.
Yep, it's one thing that's surprising to say about those L6s is that, well, the Italians know how to make a nice engine.
Yeah, yeah.
Past that, I can't say a whole lot about other things here, but the Hurricane gets shoved off. There we go. So Flag 36 is definitely doing work already.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he's got the Flag 36 in 8th phase. Don't see it all too often in third Feldjäger day. So I believe we can only get a single one per card. So it's a rather costly unit activation point rise, but definitely worthwhile considering he's fighting against the Hurricanes. And damn, these Panzer 06s are just they're in so bloody well. It's so funny how Robert had no AT nearby to try and help out, or no tanks, because you can get, like, you know, Crommies and Stuart early on. He's moving his Stuart up north, down south, to try and plug us in, and he's got a 6-pounder too, so maybe he can kill the Panzer L6s, but even then, if they do die, they've already done their fair share.
That is, that's accurate, but at the same time, they're getting enough time to get that Pack 41 Gerlich coming on in the center part of the field, right where that Fallschirmjäger is now. By the way, have you been counting Fallschirmjägers? I think I counted 4 from the initial breakout, and I don't know how many more came in.
I don't know. For third Fallschirmjäger, like, they can already get, like, a lot of Fallschirmjägers, so it's not like... I mean, it still kind of sucks when leave Fallschirmjägers, because it's 45 bloody points for an infantry unit. It's a bit of an arm and a leg, but you're not going to run out per se.
No, maybe not per se, but let's be fair. Third Fallschirmjäger infantry is definitely substandard. I would say the further along in the game you go.
Yeah, it all depends on how well you can keep.
Let's say the quality drops off. Is that more fair to say? I don't know. I like the early Fallschirmjägers at least. Yeah. The weapons breakouts, the amount of veterans you get, and even the points. Yeah, they're expensive, but they are worth it.
Yeah, they're definitely good units.
But it sounded like there wasn't a whole lot of agreement there. Man, it's a harsh, harsh day when Rangru thinks I'm an idiot.
I don't think you're an idiot, jeez.
I'm an American, so it does come with the territory. But, Fallschirmjägers to the north in the meantime, Panta Abwehr. Piat squad is behind enemy lines, but it's still a +2 for Cadi here, and Herr Robert is, I think he's struggling. I think he's trying to find the right kind of pieces of equipment to throw together an attack. He does have that Cromwell come out the main line now.
And armor is going to be, well, of course, it's going to be his main advantage, because also third Fallschirmjäger don't really have that great AT options when it comes to ground AT units. Of course, they can get, like, the B1s, which are good, but if he can, you know, rip out the Fireflies and Shermans, they're not B1 proof, but they can survive pretty well.
Well, the amusing thing almost at this case right now is that Cadi hasn't really brought in a whole lot in the last minute or so. So I feel like he is either saving up for that B1, or he's just trying to figure out where the next armor punch is going to come. And he's going to throw a lot of equipment in that area. Yeah.
And if he can just get some more infantry, or some AT to help out for Cadi, I mean, okay, yeah, he really needs the AT, as that Stuart and Cromwell are going to do a lot of damage, and it's a smart move, fall back at Fallschirmjäger, because even though it can just completely annihilate the Strochki, the tanks are going to annihilate him back.
I don't know if he knew they were there.
Oh damn, yeah, line of sight is playing in his favour just barely, but here comes a recon plane, he's going to tap-to-tow him, and here comes Stuart, but he's getting in a bit too close.
There we go. That's one.
Yeah, there we go. And AAP's keeping the Ulster back, so...
And the ME-109s. There's 2 Hurricanes to the north, but the ME-109s, he's just going to book it out of there? No, he's just kind of hanging on out for a moment.
Yeah.
He wants to fight over top of that Flak 36. Very good call.
I mean, on a run-on-run, the run-on-9 beats a Hurricane, as it just has better mobility and speed. But, you know, when there's 2 Hurricanes, that's a bit of a problem.
This is a little weird for me. If you look down to the south, Strutsky's engaged in this Fallschirmjäger before being able to be seen by the Fallschirmjäger. There we go, finally coming back the other direction here. It's always weird when that happens, though. I feel like the line of sight's a little wonky with sometimes the air with cover and infantry squads.
Yeah, it can be... I'm trying to think of words yet. I'm thinking maybe the recon squad up north spotted him, but that seems a little bit too far.
Well, and for that matter, too, I mean, they have the Panzer Abwehrs have recon optics as well.
Yeah. It's also because the Fallschirmjäger is considered, like, what? Yeah, it has good stealth for, like... I know the Abwehr has, like, very good stealth because it's, like, a smaller squad, so I think that may be it. But even then, you don't wanna piss off a Fallschirmjäger at long range. That's
Panzer Abwehr claims another victim.
God, that's such a good spot for the Panzer Abwehr.
But now they know that he's there. Okay, yep, fighting over top. Yeah, that Hurricane's gonna go down.
Yeah, there goes one.
That's one.
And yeah, there we go. He can get a second, but he's gonna run low on fuel. which is the entire German rule problem throughout the second rule, and here comes another hurricane.
Just back off. Just retreat. Just retreat. They need you, my friend. They need you. Can't you see that?
He's gonna, if he can kill second, that's gonna be pretty big because there's only 4 hurricanes.
Oh, the falling back. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
He's not gonna get the third.
He's
but...
not, no, he's so low on fuel, so he's gonna back off. But yeah, it was a good kills there for Cadi. He really needed that because those hurricanes are just such a pain in the ass. Now knocking both of those out really tips a favor in his the scale in his favor for the air power now.
No, the funny thing for me is that that Pack 41, the infantry pack, tossing shots downrange at that Cromwell, bounced off 2 of them. And I was like, oh, look, there's a truck. I'm going to shoot that instead.
At least they can blow that up, guys. Add 1 more right stripe to our gun.
Yes, sir. He's got a couple of stripes already. A 7-nation army couldn't hold him back. Watchmakers to the north in the meantime. Okay. That Stuart's not done a whole lot. In fact, he's completely has a full load of ammunition. He can't see anything. He can't do anything. No. And when L6s are doing more than your light tanks, that might be when you time to potentially pack it in.
This isn't going too well for her, but Cadi definitely got that early game initiative with the Panzer L6 play.
And where that, oh my gosh, where that last truck just went down, the L6, the Pack 41 got another one.
Damn,
literally at exactly this, 20 meters apart.
Yeah, that's pretty. Don't go down that road, guys. Don't go down that road.
Jeez. Where's the Sextons?
That is a good point. Her Robert really needs those Sextons. Fallschagers don't like being artilleried. They do not like it one bit. And he really needs them to fight his Fallschagers, because in these engagements he's getting with the Strotsky's just by himself. It's not gonna work.
Well, even when he's bringing in the Stuart, if you look to the north, the Stuart actually went down to the L6. The L6 has wheels damage, but the transmission went on the Stuart, and there was this whole mess. But it's really, really weird to say that the powerhouse unit has been the L6.
I know, right? An Italian tank of all things.
And I know I bash on the Italian tanks a fair bit. And
there's a good reason too.
Yeah, that is true.
At the same time, the Italians had terrible manufacturing, so they just kind of built what they could.
Brave bastards, though. Good God. Okay. Oh, so there's a 140 off map here. B1's going in. That's a bailout. So, yep, he's going to go after that Sherman observation. He's got some cover there. But it looks like the Kubel MG and that Pack 41 are going to go down in 20 seconds. But, yeah. Yeah, nice and close. He's going for it. Guns ablazing, and here comes the 3 shots.
Really
Driver knocked out. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. He can penetrate from the front barely, but it's just something he want a side shot.
Well, he got the Cromwell down. And he's gonna go make that kill for sure right now. Fallschirmjäger's moving on in just to get that last little poke in the side.
Just to make sure.
Why shouldn't he? Makes sense.
Exactly. Here we go. I like seeing explosions. Oh, here comes a hurricane now, and the Messerschmitt's on standby, and he can smell.
There's blood in the water, there isn't there?
Oh, he's gonna get it for sure. Is he? Yes, he does. Yes, and that's only 1 hurricane left alive. So, yeah, Cadillac now has control of the skies. Apart from, we might see some Mustangs from the pose, maybe, but
highly unlikely.
Maybe it's a 50-50, I'd say, but I don't know. Even then, Cadillac hasn't really lost any planes, and he already has a pretty good aerial advantage, so it's going pretty well for him.
It is weird to see, though, that down to the south, there's very little in the way of German infantry. I think it's been a credit to that Sherman 140 off map.
Yeah.
And finally, at long last, we're seeing a couple of Shermans coming on in. That took a long time.
Yeah, he definitely needs his armor out, as he really has the armor advantage in this match. First thing he needs to do is root out his Fallschagers, as that's really stopping him from moving anywhere. He keeps throwing Strotsky's against Fallschagers by himself, and they can kind of hold and stop the Fallschagers for a little bit, but he needs just a mortar, anything, just to fight back at the Fallschagers, because Strotsky is so bloody terrible. I mean, they're
especially
just
against.
cheap.
Yes.
It's like 15
Yes.
points. They're pretty much just meat shields, really.
Don't tell them that, but you're absolutely right. Off map, third and final off map comes on in. I wonder if this Pack 41 will be able to disable the Sherman. Probably not. It's a really tall ask.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of sad though. A full map, a full squad of Fallschirmjägers. That goes down. That could really open up the south for the Poles.
That definitely would. And that's what the Poles really need. If they can knock out this southern force, I mean, you got Stu coming in, but that's not exactly. Right, there's no. The Cromwell's still down, so maybe that Stu can actually do quite a bit of damage. But if he was to push through down south and have like some armored forces and capture the bunkers, that would be a real boon to High Robert's raw effort.
Now we do see to the north that Sherman 5 is not getting anywhere close to that front line. I mean, he's starting to get there, but we have the B1 coming in. Sort of get line of sight on that Sherman. There we go. Side shots coming on in.
Are they? No.
Oh no, they side or no?
No, it's frontal.
Oh.
And as you can see, does quite a bit of damage. That Sherman's definitely been ruffled around a wee bit. But the B1 falls back, and he has to try again next time.
Indeed, he does. A second self-propelled mortar coming on in. Again,
Yeah,
not sure of that choice.
Please get a section here, Robert. I mean, it kind of makes sense for the northern flank, as it's, you know, a bit more forestry. You can kind of work around a short range of the mortar, but still, you get sections.
Okay, I would love if the Sherman retreats back through this Fallschirmjäger so he can just use a Faust. He could get a crazy line of sight shot here. Oh my gosh. Oh no, he could have gotten it, but he probably would have killed it, given his life for the fatherland to do it. And Fallschirmjägers are starting to take some losses here. Down to the south, all we have is that Stu 42. And some really, really abused infantry on the Polish side.
I think it's really going to come down. I think, really, for her, Robert, he needs to play down south and just do like an armored force push. I mean, we've really just been seeing surgically. I hope he has some Dragoonies in his deck. Even though not as great as like Guards armored motorized rifles, it's still useful to have. Is that they're great for like actual armored pushes. They come in bloody half tracks. But no, it's just slowly grinding away.
You were saying the Dragoonies, and I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, it's the Polish version of trying to find One-Eyed Willie.
I know, right? That's what I thought when I said first. Even I don't know what I'm saying, Khan.
Oh man, it's been a rough week for both of us.
Look at the Panzer 06 up north. Look at him go.
Look at him stop. There's a Sherman coming.
he can like maybe duke around and get a side shot. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I doubt it, but that'd be cool.
I'm pulling up the stats just to see how this goes.
Okay, so Sherman has like what 6 back armor, and he's turning around. He knows he's Is he just gonna keep driving?
Time to retreat. Time to retreat, my friend.
Nope, he's just gonna drive straight into the Sherman. But Sherman's turning. Oh, he's gonna.
He can't get the turret online fast enough. Why can't you pre-rotate the turret? Oh man.
I could have gone a bit better, but.
Meanwhile, that giant cannon coming out of the front of that Henkel, the 129 though, is just not seeing the same kind of success it did the first time.
Nope, you really need to get side shots on Shermans to kill him with the B1. It is all down to side shots.
Ooh, okay, well, hold your fire, hit the tank. Oh, never mind, he went after the infantry.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that works sort of because there's enough. I think as the Panzer Abwehr, I would have preferred to go after the tank, but I guess I can understand him shooting, But wow, it's like there's nothing over here for the German hordes. Indeed, it's all the infantry on the map barely adds up to a couple of full-strength squads.
Yeah, he's slowly been beaten back now as Herr Roberts finally got some fire support online. And in a straight-up fight, Third Feldjäger doesn't do too great. I mean, the problem is, like, the lack of he got, like, Pack 40s and got some Flak 88, but it's not, like, a great amount of AT. And his B1s have just not been cutting it. He really needs to kill the Shermans with the B1s, and that would definitely help his push. But Those Shermans are still alive, and they have lots of machine guns.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Stug and Stu down to the south. Excuse me. Is that a second? No, okay. I thought maybe we were gonna see another B1 coming on in. No, never mind. All right, L6. It's time for you to retreat, my friend.
Yeah.
Or Flush Mega Furious, get in there and start tossing those grenades. Oh, are they going for the softball move?
Oh, is that close enough? I think
not yet.
No.
The Sherman's getting close though. They have to come out of the forests.
He'd have to come out of the forest, so he does have. No, he doesn't have smoke. That's a shame. That is a shame. And here comes some infantry into that forest. So that Falchega Fura will be spotted.
If he doesn't get a shot off himself.
Yeah.
Pose your grenades. No, never mind. Alright, fine. And the Strutsky, despite being horrible, will be able to fight back, I would say, 3 German guys. 3-to-1 advantage should do
maybe
decently well.
Maybe. I mean, they do have a Bren gun.
Yeah, but the Flush Mega Fury only has a couple of FG 42s and those 2 MP40s. So I would not expect much. But 51-49, actually 50-50 now, 18-10 to 0. If we were only a couple points higher, I'd be celebrating the Battle of New Orleans over here, but I do not think that's going to happen. The Poles are breaking through to the north. Yep, indeed, there's only one Shrek squad. But I think it's going to be a very opportunistic kill on this mortar.
I prefer the Battle of Detroit, to be honest.
Of course you would prefer the Battle of Detroit.
Battle.
Yeah, let's put that in... We can put that in the quotes all you want to, but...
Oh, the Panzer Strike, yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, God. That would be a good... He's
almost
getting closer.
Piat's gonna get shots. Oh, never mind. I thought there was gonna be a Piat squad in this house gonna get shots, but nope. He went down, as is his way, and here comes the I want to make sure you get stressed move.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is there 2 B1s? Nope. Okay, no, we have a rocket. Plane coming on in. Damaged. Transmission damaged. There we go.
There we go. That's what he needed. That's definitely what he needed.
That's part of what he needed.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we have the Stu and the Strug that are behind enemy lines, and neither one of them know where that last little rinky-dink, infantry squad is.
Yeah. And they definitely want to reconnect the lines, because they're taking... I mean, if you have an infantry, any unit that's not a paratroop unit, behind enemy lines like this, they take, substantial morale penalty.
Yeah, I think it's between 50 and 75%. I forget the number off the top of my head.
Like, it gets suppressed much easier, I believe, is the,
look at that. Oh, look at that, how thin that is. There we go.
Oh, God. Right. Just the tip.
Just to see how it feels.
Yeah.
Or ouch, ouch, you're on my hair. And there we go. There goes 1 or 2% right there, which means that we're probably going to be losing that +1 for the Poles fairly soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. The bulge has happened in the north.
And the Poles are really going to need, like, a +3 at this point if they want to take a victory, because Cadillac was down by a lot, or Cadillac was above in a lot of points.
He's down. I was like, okay, maybe on opposite day.
Maybe on opposite. Wouldn't it be really crazy if today was actually opposite day?
How would you know?
Exactly. That's so. You would never know if it's opposite day.
Except for that one guy who'd always be like, it's opposite day. You're like, no, bro, it's not.
Bro. No, he's just in on the whole thing.
Panzer Shrek behind enemy line's gonna go up against that 2 minutes worth. No, never mind.
Nope.
He decides to call it quits and just kind of taps out. Understandable though, if you think about it. Yeah. Now, I said before about the Germans really dropping off in terms of infantry quality. Yes, I see the 2 stars and everything like that, but let's think about it. How much do they have?
A decent amount. Where
is it then?
It's expensive. It takes a while to bring out. It's like you also have like the pioneers and stern pioneer Falchega dudes, which we haven't actually seen, which I'm rather surprised. And he's just full on regular Falchega. He's really taking that Falchega thing.
Self-propelled AA is down.
That's a good kill.
Yes, it is, and that's the last Hurricane here.
Yeah.
I don't think the B1's going to go down. I mean, well, that Hurricane, I don't think is long for this world.
Nope.
Almost got him on the deflection shot. Oh, no,
Oh,
he's... Oh, wow, he makes it out alive.
wow, everyone's just running away.
Yeah, the only one who died was that AA gun.
Mm-hmm. That's a good kill. Then we've got the
Yes, it
Messerschmitt up
is.
north now. I think it's going to go for the Staghound. Get a good suppressive hit.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, not enough to completely suppress, but did a bit of damage.
Yes, he did. Meanwhile, Fallschirmjäger's moving closer and closer to that Strutzi. That's not quite behind enemy lines, but I kind of feel like it's like watching a
Kind
baby
of.
being stalked by a tiger.
Yep. Do.
And nice and close in this
Yep.
infantry fight.
Yep. And it's this Strochki, so even though Fouchake is a pretty terrible on CQC, Strochki's are even terrible, if that's a term.
Yep, there goes a couple of them already. Oh yes, I'm taking a very close and in fight here. I wish I had a debug camera on right about now because this force cover is destroying me. But alright, I don't get how that happened. I do not understand. I do not understand.
We're pinned down. Okay, re-surrender.
Like one of those things you're down to the last like 3 rounds of ammunition, and the other guy's like, okay, you know what, I give. That's fine.
We're suppressing them, sir. We just took one mortar. We need to give up.
Traitors to the cause.
Oh god. Oh god, how bloody anticlimactic that was.
How depressing was that? I was watching that entire thing, man. Stug in the meantime takes one shot and blows up. Stu is still down there, but against a Sherman, I would not relish his chances.
Yeah, it's not good, yeah, for the Stu.
But we are getting deeper and deeper past that sea phase. L6 to the north still exists. I'm going to capture Kuppelwagen. Take it back.
I don't think
You
so.
must get in there.
Oh, the Pack 14 middle, he got a shot on the Sherman, but he completely missed it. But the second shot hits, even though he had really high morale damage, so... Guess, yeah, I guess.
He shot the Sherman, but he did not shoot the Cromwell tank. You know, I'm not quitting my day job just yet, but it kind of occurred to me. I don't know why. It wasn't until just now.
We need to start like a Steel Division like cover band.
You know what? There was a League cover band for a while. I figured we could probably do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hits such as servers down and oh my gosh, I can't even think of some of the other ones. This goes back several years. We could do it, man. Totally could.
Yeah.
You have the sexy kind of exotic appeal. I have the weird kind of vibe. It works. It works.
Like, you know, American and Britain coming together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just think about it. We could be a sign of unity in these dark times politically.
Exactly. Like you could be like the country American thing. Bofors goes down to the Messerschmitt with a 9 rocket plane. While I could be like whoa.
B1 takes out the Cromwell.
Lovely shot from the B1. That's pretty good.
But in these uncertain times, this is the kind of action we want to be seeing here. ME-109 starts going after that 25-pounder who's been doing a hell of a lot of annoyance.
Yeah.
And the B1 coming down for another kill? No, he doesn't get it, but he's been pinning down the 6-pounder and forces back the Sherman with an internal fire.
Dude, Cadillac, I mean, he has complete supremacy at his points. He's also a sea phase, so he has like a crap ton of points. So he's just ripping out the airplanes, even though he doesn't, you know, control as much territory as he did, and he's still like losing by a +1. It's just the airplanes are going to really stop any push from her orbit, I think. As anytime like a Sherman or Cromwell pops up, here comes the mighty B1. Crack, crack.
That's the kind of funny thing. We were seeing this actually on Tuesday with the Ju-188s of the Gross Paris Division. I always kind of dismiss it as being, you know, incidental fire. No, that stuff is a ton of morale damage. And yep, we have Pack 88s coming out too.
Oh yeah. You definitely need them.
Yep. Where's he placing them? One to the center, one to the south. Both in really good positions, I would say. Covers that arterial in the south, and in the north, not as big a fan as that one. I would have preferred moving forward to maybe even that orchard, but
yeah, I see.
Yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of another, perhaps. Bosch make it behind enemy lines. I think the Kuppelwagen ended up going down. No, it didn't. That traitor, he's reloading that 107.
It's pretty convenient they have 4.2-inch mortars in that Cooper wagon.
Well, I'm trying to think about this for a second. Most munitions were oddly standardized.
Yeah, too. I know a funny thing is I don't know if it was a code draw or some nonsense. But like the American mortars, it's something like some mortar is like 80 millimeters or 81 millimeters. So
Uh-huh.
the Russians made their mortars 82 millimeters, so they can shoot like some American mortars. So the Americans can't use the Russian mortars if they were to ever be captured. Just like type of small little petty stuff is always pretty funny.
And you think to yourself, these people are running countries.
I know.
Oh man,
B1.
that B1 man, he's gotten several kills.
Oh, here comes the Mustang. He does
Here-
have Mustangs.
Here comes the 109s.
Yeah.
And suddenly the Mustang realizes, yeah, he's got a better place to be.
Yeah. Good thing about a Mustang, it can do hit and runs like that, is it is incredibly fast. So he knows when to call it crit, and now it's a good time to call it crit.
In the meantime, 109, he sees the mortar and he says, you know what? Time to rocket it into oblivion. You know what? Just shoot the Kubelwagen. But he will not. He wants to go after the mortar. He wants to give the Kubelwagen another lease at life.
Yep. Panzer Strike squad down south, yeah, bro. Getting shots on the Sherman. Really gets a kill?
Yes,
he does. Oh, jeez, Louise. That's a pretty big kill. And really good use of the Panzer Strikes this match for Cadi. I mean, using Panzer Strike squads like this is extremely important for Palchega. As they're really like the most reliable AT option for your ground game. And on an open map like this, especially in an open area, it's a good Panzer Strike play.
Well, the thing I think I'm trying to figure out in my head is if all of those, not the Mustangs, if all the Hurricanes didn't go down so early, would this have been a different game?
Yeah, if the Hurricanes actually managed to gain a bit of air superiority by shooting down some Messerschmitts, I think it definitely would have been much more of a polar steamroll. As it's really just the airplanes that are keeping Cadi in the game at the moment, as they're knocking out all the MVP targets.
Well, that's kind of why I'm asking. So even if they don't trade out and take the Messerschmitts down,
Yeah.
they've been causing so much morale damage, strafing constantly. I mean, geez, B1 comes right back in. Nope, never mind. It's a rocket plane, but still.
Yeah. It's just really good use of air powers, and I love how Cadillac was using the rocket planes. The rocket planes are so good, Khan. And as you can see, they're so bloody powerful when used correctly.
And that guy just came in, too.
Yep, and it's a 2-minute reload, so he's going to be back in 2 minutes to say hello.
Well, he's a very friendly guy. He wants to spread the love around.
Spread the love, spread the rockets. It's rocket science.
Oh, he's a rocket man.
Yeah.
But no, indeed we have a 3-1 ticket advantage here from favor of Cadi over Robert. And I think, like you said already, the fact that he's just hitting not so much the MVP targets, but the non-foot targets, I think is the major thing.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about it, a lot of those foot targets, we complain about this all the time. Infantry divisions don't go anywhere fast.
They don't.
But the Poles are kind of like that weird, kind of hybrid mechanized division, I would say anyway. And frankly, looking at them, you remove the Sherman, you remove even the self-propelled AA, and yeah, it ain't pretty.
Yeah, it's really her Robert just hasn't managed to control the air rail, and honestly, I think he needed to do something else apart from Streltsky, as the Streltsky spam can be a pretty viable tactic for Poles, and you see it quite a lot. So you just get Streltsky's you spam everywhere, but having the Pioneer dudes, the Saparazis and Dragoonies, is still like something you'd want to have at least just a little bit, because
I have good news real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh.
The Kubelwagen is back in German hands.
mission accomplished.
Indeed. Now we might see one of the 109s go down at the end here, but it doesn't look like it. He makes it out.
Makes it out, and there's a hurricane here, but never mind. That's going to be a surrender, and here we go. And damn, look at the kills. Jesus Christ, Cadi.
Now, first things first, let's be fair. There is a little bit of, I would say, value disparity. 3rd Fallschirmjäger, it is a lot of infantry units.
But at the same time, he didn't lose a single airplane.
And honestly, look at the first 5 minutes of the game.
Oh damn, that's a lot of Strotsky's dead. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot of dead stuff. And like he loses like an L6 and Falchiga Fura and an Avra in the entirety of A phase while losing his Hurricanes and damn. That's really puts it in perspective.
I didn't think it was that insane.
No, same. That's a nutty. I mean, at the same time, Strotsky's like 15 points. I only had to die. But still, that's pretty good. And looking through the rest, yeah, it's...
From 29 to about 33 minutes is absurd.
Yeah, that's a lot of dead pose.
It's a little sad when the off-map Artie is one of your MVPs.
Let me take a look. And this is 140 mil too. Oh god, that's pretty sad from a orbit standpoint. He just really needed to like do like an armored push in that 7th sector when he had the opportunity to, and just try to just puncture through, capture a lot of ground, and then just keep moving essentially. Because you can do that, but he just handed to Strochi spam. He really could have used Sextons, to be honest, earlier on. As
yeah,
the Sextons can't get killed by if you're smart, they won't get killed. And yeah, but Cadi did fantastic job with his inner power. And the Panda 06 play at the start and uses Felchigers really well. And all his units have a lot of kills. Like going through the losses section, like everyone's really like got their rack in for him. Even though there's a lot of just Shroud keys and stuff, but still, that's a lot of dead pose.
Certainly does seem that way. So, yep, Cadi takes the pole position. Herr Robert drops down to number 2 in this particular game, and that pretty much brings our coverage for this week to a close, doesn't it, Rang?
Yes, it does.
All right, folks, we'll see you in a few days with some more games. For right now, though, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.